I won't do any healings here and working with people with healing, but I'll try with all my heart to answer any questions pertaining to your life or spirituality, and we'll see what we can get into. I love to gab at times, and um, and other times I love to listen. Um, all right. Is there anything I can try to answer anything about me or about what we're supposed to be doing or whatever? Please, anything. Anyone? Yeah, please, Irene.
Um, I I was wondering what, I don't know if it's a spiritual thing or soul thing, but like when you're in a group and like let's say you say the Pledge of Allegiance or you sing the national anthem, you get sometimes emotional or you get, goosebumps. I didn't I don't understand what that is.
It's in my perspective, and everything that I talk about is in my perspective. Please understand that. But it's like a longing in the group of what, say, in the Pledge of Allegiance or whatever. Uh, there's a longing that's carried within us of what was established a long time ago in a very emotional regimen way, and it was ingrained within us to be a part of that. And so we're, in a sense, our soul is remembering. And that's what the soul does. It brings up memory of what to
Mhm.
work with. And so we're feeling uh, somewhat of the patriotism that established and changed the United States and the world, really, which is really important for us to retain. It helps us to come back to ourself. Back then, it was more of a moralistic uh, uh, adventure that we're coming into, a change of the whole United States and the mind of the people. Uh, it was ingrained emotionally, and the soul picks it up. So when we hear something like that, we become very involved in that as well, in the
Okay.
remembrance. And it does bring a tear or an emotional response of some sort of patriotism in that remembrance. And I hope that, go ahead.
No, that was good. As you were talking, I got a sense of like courageous or bravery.
Yeah,
Um,
courageous,
I,
bravery,
I,
patriotism,
yeah,
love.
and I
Yes.
guess um, we're nearing the 250th birthday when they signed the Declaration, and that was an act of courage.
Yes. Yes. Yes, it was. Very much so. It's something that we have strived for. We have shed a lot of blood for. And it was very important for the people. They were fighting for this great cause. Uh, and so it meant a lot in the mind of mankind, men and women.
There's always got to be the betrayer there, Benedict Arnold. Always got to be one sour grape.
True, true, true. And oh well, and there's always going to be the betrayer, because that's coming up as well, for cleansing, for to eventually
Oh,
eliminate.
okay.
The disharmony is going to come up. There's someone who's going to want to get something out of the change, and
Oh, I see.
and that's going to disrupt pretty gravely.
Got it.
And we'll find that. And it's going to be happening for a long time when people like that come up. Yeah, good points. Very, very good point. Yeah.
I was going to say, I noticed that too with Good Friday in a Catholic church, or probably many Christian churches. When you go in on Good Friday, it is the heaviness of the air, of the somberness and the sadness, and
Yes.
the ritualistic of it, and you know, like
Yes.
I guess Judas would be that betrayer, and
Yes.
that's been
Yeah.
represented. Yeah, like
Yeah. And we've always had in moments like that, in times like that, we've always had betrayers as well. And it's just expected, really. And I think at the time of Judas, it showed us what is a part of our society and a part of our lives as well. And if we're seeing it in someone else, then it also somehow involves us. And if we can catch it within ourselves of some aspect that we carry of that, it may not be the same scenario, but there's aspects within us that we can identify with in other people. And it's to recognize these things, recognize it where it no longer will have much life in us as we do recognize it. That's breaking that particular aspect, not all aspects, but that particular aspect within ourselves. Good points. Yeah, yeah, cool. All right, all right. There's so few of us. This is great. I get to eat dinner sooner, but all right. Any other questions or comments? This is good stuff. I like this. Please, anything, anyone. Um, Sue, you got anything you can conjure?
Hmm. Possibly, I was checking all the links to make sure they worked, but um,
Okay.
yeah, I guess I do. In times in your life when you've got a lot going on and you have to make choices of what to do, how do you choose when they all feel important?
That's a tough one.
Yeah.
I go through the same thing, and I have to sit down and stop myself from being crazed in the head. And then what I do is um, uh, eh, I'll take a look at the list of 5 or 7 things or 10 things or 50 things, and I say, okay, which is the most important in my perspective? And there'll be 2 or 3 things. Okay, what do I feel like? What's the closest to me now? What do I feel like doing the most? And I have to make up my mind to do it. Then it's easy to do the second thing, and then I'll say, okay, one more thing, and so and then I'll get that one more thing. But I have to make up my mind. I have to be stable in my head and just being a diehard in okay, I have to knock this out, and then I just go head in with it. So that's my answer. I hope that almost answers your question.
Yeah, I guess I know that to do your best to pick one thing and then pretend like the rest don't exist while you're
Yeah,
doing
well,
it.
I know that they exist, so
Yeah.
that's an extra pressure in me.
Yeah.
So, and then I'll do one more thing and I'll feel a little satisfied. And then I say, okay, if I've done these 2, then I can do one more. So, and I'll usually say if it's an important thing, that's the last of it I'll do today. Oh, but then I find myself sometimes fiddling with other stuff. Yeah.
are
Yes.
we talking about all things for
Oh,
ourselves that we
one
need
second,
to
James. Yes.
oh,
I'll yeah, go ahead.
I was just going to say, are we talking all about stuff for ourselves or stuff that we would do for other people where there might be feelings involved with, who we're going to take first or feel more has more precedence over another where we're making someone maybe we're feeling that we're going to make someone feel badly by not choosing them first. But
Yeah. My perspective is that I have to take care of myself first, unless there's an emergent situation, then I'll address that, then go back to myself.
yeah, oxygen mask.
That
Yes.
makes sense.
Yeah. But you have to take care of yourself first, because if you're feeling crazed, in with everything bombarding you all at once, how are you going to help another person until we get ourselves settled within ourselves and composed? And it usually takes doing one thing for ourselves first, then we feel composed enough. Oh, I can handle this. Psychologically, we can, you know, address anything then.
Sometimes I feel like there's an obligation, to not please somebody, but at least to respond to them. And then, like, they'll ask me for something that maybe I didn't really want to do, or I wouldn't have picked it if it were something for me to pick first, but they're offering it to me, and then I realize it's something that's probably good for me. So
Yeah.
sometimes it's that struggle between, did I really want it? Is it good for me? But maybe it
Yeah.
is good for me and I should try it out and give it a shot because maybe I'm resisting work or something.
Yeah. I don't go with obligations with people. I try to be in my life, I try to be objectively observant to see what's really real. Then there's no emotional encounter with that and no emotional struggle. I think the objectivity in an observant way and seeing what's really real, uh, and there's never a loss. Uh, it the thing is going to come around again if it's more real, but it'll be presented in a greater way, if that makes sense.
Hmm. Yeah.
James, hey, my friend. Hey, James, you wanted to ask something? Are you there, James? I think he's frozen. There you are.
Okay. I'm I'm at home. So I'm not sure how strong it is.
It's a little
Um,
weak, but
my network.
go ahead, my friend. I'll try to hear you.
Let me let me turn off the camera. Maybe that'll help the bandwidth.
Uh,
Um,
yeah,
is that any better?
yeah, it's a little bit better. Yeah.
Okay, cool. Um, I guess I'm in this like transition period that I've been, I guess, well, probably a little stuck in just because of the importance of the
You broke
of
up
the.
there. The importance of the what? I'm sorry.
I'm starting to cry a little bit.
Oh, okay. All righty.
I I lost my mom in 2023, and I've been so challenged to learn how to like love myself and believe in myself since her passing because she was my rock and I was her caregiver towards the end and I kind of feel like I failed her.
Oh, oh my goodness. No, no, you haven't failed her. She was there to present to you how you can love yourself. That's what she was desiring all your life. She actually was there for you to learn how to, when she, unbeknownst to her in her transition, but she was like training you all your life that, uh, how you can love yourself. She knew that you were a sensitive person, and not only with her, but with everyone or everything within yourself. She knew this, and she was like training you to be strong and to pick up the position that she is like picking up a mantle that she gave to you, if that makes sense.
Yeah, it does because it was like she was a nurse and my father was a doctor, so it's like
Yeah.
I know that on a certain level I picked them for the lesson, especially my father,
Yeah.
and for the lesson that I needed to learn because he kind of even though he was there for us, my mother and I financially growing up, even though he wasn't they divorced at like a year and a half. It just
Hmm.
him him saying to my mom when they decided to separate, because he was a big Bible thumper. Uh, I try to say that in the most loving way I can because
I
he doesn't
understand.
he doesn't represent Christianity very well. Um, in the sense of you know what
Oh,
I call it Yeshua now teaching of saying,
sure.
why didn't you get an abortion? And it's like, I feel like that's such a demarcation point that it's like, you know, as I try to build, like I'm trying, I learned the practice of, I learned a deep diaphragmatic breath work technique that I've been told that
Cool.
I'm very good at holding space for people, and, been learning all sorts of, or not all sorts of, but an energy healing modality called universal white time that I've been told I'm very strong and powerful in, but
Yeah,
because
but
it's so outside of my logical thinking that I grew up being, because I I basically grew up very extremely analytical and logical because I didn't know how to, um, and I'm still learning how to trust my
but
feelings.
but you were brought up purposely that way, according to what your soul was bringing in for you to understand and to work with. It it was all purposeful. Even with your dad, he didn't understand the purpose of why you were born, but it was his purpose to bring you into the world. He was no longer needed. He had a purpose, he had a function, and that was to bring you into the world. That's all that matters. Then he can go off.
Yeah, yeah, I feel that because I've often referred to him as just as a sperm donor.
Yeah, but
Because,
yeah, I hear you. But that was his place. That was his function. That was his purpose. You had to be born. You had to be born. And it was through him. And thank God he left when he did. He knew to leave. So we can't hate someone like that. We can't, bore someone like that, or condemn them. They had their function and their place, and you came out of it in a perfection of needing what you went through to be more of you, and which is also a fantastic thing for your mom in what you needed as well from your soul experience and from hers to guide you, direct you, protect you, feed you, clothe you, and love you. But you belong to God, and that's all that matters. And everyone has their place in that. Does that make sense?
yes, it does.
Cool.
Would I guess could I ask, like, would reading your book kind of help me understand like more how to just trust and believe? Because like it just seems like in energy healing modalities, so much of your intuition and your uh is needed to be able to help facilitate the healing for the person. Not that like you're hitting not that I'm necessarily healing the person. I'm just maybe more of a channel.
Yes. Uh, Reading the book, the purpose of it is to present tools that are simple, that are easy, and they'll give you a backbone that you can take over in your way. Even if you try to replicate me, you're still going to be doing it in your way, which is awesome. And that's the way it's supposed to be. And sure, it leads into the intuition, the intuitive arts. Um, but the whole purpose of it is to help you to become aware of yourself, which is most important. That's what all the teachings teach, if they're true, is to become aware of yourself. That's what it's all about, to know thyself. That's where we find, as we get to know ourselves, that's where we find our place in that, the great divinity, the godliness, or God, or the true Christ within yourself. That's what all the true teachings really teach, even though various religions have different names, it's all the same God. Does that make sense, my friend?
Yes, thank you very much.
Oh,
Thank you
my
for
honor.
allowing me so much time.
Oh, anything else that you could think of? that I
Um,
can try to answer?
uh, just not really. I guess I'm it's just like I'm in this really weird, this like I said, this really weird space where I'm learning how to provide for myself and
Yes, your
all the
mom
things.
taught you. Your mom gave you the foundation.
Yeah. And so it's like it's like also I've been able to figure out like when she left me, I had this immense feeling of worthlessness that it's like all I could do
Yeah,
was
yeah,
DoorDash or gig work,
yeah.
and
I'll tell
it's
you what, she didn't leave you. She left because she needed to. She had to. And she finished her training with you, basically.
okay.
Understand that. And if that is true, then also uh, she's not really dead. The body might be dead, but the soul and the spirit are not.
And I've been told she's around me, she's still with me, and she comes around for me with with hummingbirds and dragonflies.
There you go.
Um, and so it's like I always know she's around. I guess that it's just the fact that she's not here in the
Yeah,
physical anymore is so
just
painful.
because you can't see her, that's irrelevant. But as you go deeper within yourself, you'll have message from her
Okay.
because she's alive and well in a greater way. And then, if it's true that there's such a thing as reincarnation, then you'll see things in someone else at times that might remind you of her.
Okay.
Capiche?
Yes, sir.
Yeah. Mark. Yes, sir.
Oh no, it's just that's my Air Force upbringing. Mom was in the Air Force, so it's just yes sir, no sir, yes ma'am, no ma'am.
I know, I was in the Air Force and that's what I learned too.
Got you. Okay.
And it took me a hell of a long time to get out of that. So,
Yeah.
and when I was stopped by a police officer for a potential ticket or something like that, I would stand at attention and say, "Oh, you were in the service."
Yeah.
Oh boy. And I used to get a lot of tickets for speeding. But
Yeah. I know. It's like, and it's just. Do you have any? Do you have any like tips to how to s slow down so that you can listen to that intuition? Because my brain just, I definitely have. I was diagnosed with ADD before it became
oh, cool.
just this kid's just hyperactive. Like my brain, I know that my brain just works on a different speed than everyone else's, so
Yeah.
it's so challenging for me to slow it down so that I can hear that still spot that what do they refer to, like the small still voice, that the little whisper that you're supposed to hear, and it's like the whisper happens and then my almost like snap of a finger, my brain kicks in and be like, well, and starts trying to analyze. And by the time, at that moment, it's like the thought or the message has been lost in translation.
Yeah. Nothing's ever lost. It's only put aside. But
Okay.
at the same time that it's put aside, part of that is impregnated into you. Part of the message is impregnated into you, or the key of that message, where it becomes a part of you. You won't even notice it most of the time. But my answer to your question, how do you slow down, is if you can become conscious that you're getting a message, listen to it, and wonder what it is. It's no different when you hear the vibration, the frequency, the high frequency in your ears. You're conscious of that, aren't you?
Yeah, my ears have been
Okay. All
pretty
right.
ringing constantly
Uh,
for a
good.
while.
All right. So that being true, that means that you can wonder, all right, what's being communicated with me? Not who, but what is being communicated with me? You won't get an answer most of the time, but just know that it's a gift to be able to hear that. It's not necessarily tinnitus or tinnitus, whatever you want to call it,
Yeah.
that's destroying you or has a potential to. It's really uh, perceiving of that. I don't want to use the high word higher, but it's perceiving of a greater consciousness, and it has something for you to break into eventually. And what you can do when you're hearing that ringing, uh, or when you just perceive that what you refer to as a small, still voice within, be conscious that you just perceived something or the small, still voice and touch something like a chair or a table or a lamp, touch something that will calm and soothe the wild thinking.
Okay. Cool. Well, thank you very
Yeah,
much, Mark.
try practicing that.
So just kind of ask, just like what's the message, and then just
Yeah,
let it be. Don't focus so
yeah.
much on getting an answer.
Yeah, when you focus on an answer, what is it going to be? What's the answer? What's the answer? 99% or 90% of the time, you're not going to hear anything after that. But as you let it go without questioning it, something will develop within yourself when you're not trying to.
Okay.
Because the spirit loves to carry that message when we're not interfering.
Okay. Thank you very
Okay.
much again, Mark. I appreciate
Oh,
you very much.
I appreciate you, my friend. I'd love to see you again next week or in 2 weeks, I mean. But
Yes. Yes.
uh,
I plan.
cool. And check out the website. There's a lot of events.
Okay. I will do that.
Awesome. Stay
When I'm
around.
not driving.
Yeah, really, really. All right. Hey, Terry, you had something else you wanted to ask?
I forget, but I did have a thought about, because I'm a nurse, I immediately think about symptoms, when people are describing things, and I'm like, I have to really focus in on when it's more spiritual versus, physical,
Yeah.
and how to discern that without jumping to the line of questioning or my brain functions at when when I hear things. Just that.
Yeah. And it does take discernment. And it's learning the discernment comes as we're being objectively observant. And we're asking ourselves, all right, what is this here for me for? Why am I here? And am I supposed to participate in this? Is it real or am I supposed to just listen and observe or watch for something that's going to be developing? Uh, because the answer isn't directly there most often. And so that's what we have to do. And at least in my understanding. And uh, sure, people go through spiritual experience when they're not well, and also when they're well. And so, just being available in the objective observant, see if it is a place for you to participate in, if that's what you're asking.
Mm. Mm-hmm. Yeah. I mean, I could always try
Yeah,
it both ways and see what comes
yeah,
out.
exactly. But
Like
the
most things.
being objective and observant is most important. That seems to be the message today.
I gotcha.
Cool, cool. Irene, you had something.
Um, is it possible to help someone become aware of themselves?
Only by being yourself. That's the only way. Um, when there's all kinds of scenarios we can talk about, but um, say like a family member that is out of whack in their thinking and their understandings and stuff like that.
Miserable.
Miserable. Yeah. Then it's not giving life to that or being resistant to that. The idea is to be you and then walking away, because then there's no comeback to it, which is only a resistance, which is going to create more of the same.
Okay.
Does that make sense, hon?
That makes sense.
Yeah. That's where
It's, you know,
fewer words.
you have to wait till they wake up, and it's
Exactly. You can't make anyone do anything ever,
okay.
unless they're in prison, but
Hopefully not.
hopefully not.
I got it.
Yeah. Yeah.
It's hard when you
I
love
know.
somebody and they're
I know.
unhappy.
I hear you. Yeah. Yeah. It is difficult. But the greatest tool is to, uh, notice that something is leading into a miscommunication, or something is leading into I told you so, or something is leading into you didn't do it correctly, or something like that, or you're not thinking correctly or reacting correctly, or you're misjudging yourself, or you're misjudging other people, or you're creating a scenario. There's We have an opportunity to not participate, let them find out through experience. Otherwise, we're just contributing to the same behavioral.
Yeah, I get it.
Yeah.
Say nothing.
Yeah. It's not only saying nothing, then the next step is to know that it wasn't you, so there's no reason to be mad
Oh no, I'm not angry. And
or stewing about anything, whatever.
yeah,
Yeah.
yeah, no. I just thought there was a way to help them.
Yeah.
Um,
And that's the greatest way. That's
okay,
the greatest way.
thank you.
And not participating in the dilemmas, dramas, traumas of other people, because it's just going to create the resistance.
Yeah, no, you're right. You're right. Makes
Cool.
sense.
Yeah.
Hard to
Yeah.
do, but makes
I
sense.
initially it's hard to do until we realize, hey, I can do this.
Yeah, you're right.
Cool.
Okay, thank
Cool.
you.
Sure. Terry, did you have something else you want to ask? Nada?
No.
Uh,
Well,
Everyone
I
can.
have something if you want.
oh, sure.
Something I've
Uh-oh, I'm in
been
trouble now.
pondering because, Irene said resistance, and that's what I've been thinking about recently, about when, you know, how how to best know when you're, resisting something, or when you think you're taking action but you're actually, reacting. How do you identify those situations to know that you're doing the right thing?
When we're in a quandary, and conscious of that quandary, then the idea, this would probably be a simple exercise for you, is to, as soon as we notice or are uncertain if we are in that quandary of what to do or how to do it or why to do it or whatever, it's imagining, to image in action, not pretend, not fantasy, but using your imagination. Picture yourself stepping outside of yourself, looking at that dilemma, drama, or trauma, or that question that you might have inside yourself, and ask yourself, how would I respond to this? Then you're not involved uh, in the decision making. Or you can have a board meeting. There's another way. You can have a board meeting with, say, Jesus, or Yahshua, or Raphael, or Moses, or someone, or anyone you admire. You can have a more board meeting and let them discuss it.
Wow.
Yeah, yeah.
Good
And
answer. Yeah.
and they're all going to have different input if you do it that way. And uh, and they'll all come up with different wisdoms and understandings. And and even every one of them will say their way is correct, but you'll pick, whatever, or they'll come to a consensus. It's very true. Very true. I've done that. So, and there's nothing here that anyone has asked that I haven't also been involved with in my life as well. Cool.
Oh, I'm sorry. Go ahead.
No, go ahead.
Oh, from one of the classes, I now like if I have a fearful thought or a negative thought, I immediately negate it. The big Ghostbuster sign, and then I call in, and then I call in.
Did I teach you that?
No, you didn't. That happened to me. But
Oh.
then I call in an archangel, or I hesitate to go to the top for something stupid. So, but
and yet we're a part of the top, and it's a part of us.
So but it's becoming a habit. So it's good.
Cool. That's good. Awesome. Yeah. That's awesome. I like the Ghostbuster thing,
I like that one too.
Yeah.
Big red.
Like moving the dial forward, like I'm gonna put myself 2 or 3 days ahead. I'm after it already. The thing's gone.
Yeah.
I'm well and happy and
exactly.
like
and
a radio dial,
yeah, and that's an awesome exercise too, is to picture a dilemma, drama, or trauma that we might be going through in our life and really enhance it, make it more, feel it emotionally, watch it, the pictures in our head mentally, and feel it in your body physically. So emotionally, mentally, and physically, really enhance it to make it worse than what it is, as dilemmic as it might be. And then once you got that, then see for yourself what it would be like if you weren't like that, emotionally, mentally, and physically. So it's picturing yourself and feeling what it would be like using your imagination. And I know you can't, but if you could, what would it look like and what would it feel like? Mm-hmm. Then try to go back to the old and see what happens. Good points, Teresa. Good points.
I had this just recently because I don't really like flying. Like I'm not a happy flyer because I don't do it often enough. I really don't. I don't have need to fly anywhere. So
Sure.
I had 4 flights instead of, the traditional 2. Figured why not make it more
So, yeah, exactly. I mean, really build it up,
Yeah, exactly. So I completely painted the picture of it with how smooth it was going to go and how perfect it was going to be, and saw myself on the other side of the vacations and the trips, and missed the sickness, but that's okay. And
there you go.
ended up being the best flights I've ever had. Like everyone was perfect, and I was like, "Thanks, God."
Yeah, I think that's awesome. Yeah, and picture yourself, on the flight, and it's picturing yourself on the flight, and after a flight saying, "Yeah, I conquered this," and throwing your arms up, saying, "Thank you, God." Yeah. Or that was simple. Now I'm experienced.
Yeah. Do it again next time.
Yeah, and being ready for it.
Mm-hmm.
Because now you are experienced.
Yeah.
And it's going into a situation uh that I'm not familiar with and I would have to tell myself, oh, I do this all the time, no sweat, and imagining that I do this all the time, no sweat, and then I find myself being able to do it, and I look like I know what I'm doing even though I'm scared to death, still. But
Except for the parking lot. That's the only one I haven't mastered because
oh,
I come out of the airport and I could never find my car. It's somewhere in a garage. Is it garage 1? Is it garage 2? Is it parking lot 1? And they're
that's
around for
yeah,
the
that's a good prayer. It's a good prayer. We know that we're going to get confused out of it ahead of time. That's a prayer. Every word, every thought, every
wow.
action is a living prayer. And I have these too. So I lose my car in a parking lot anyway. So, and
I took a
I,
picture. I still messed it up.
I've done that too. I've done that too. Then what level am I on? You know,
Mhm. I'm losing the light.
any other comments or questions I can try to answer? Please, please.
We did. We covered a lot.
We did. We did. It was fun though. It's fun. And anything else, please, Irene, anything you think
No,
of?
no, no. I got a lot to digest.
Good. Excellent. Excellent. Sue,
That was
nothing?
great. Thank you.
Uh, Terry, anything, please.
Take a job or not take a job. No, okay.
But be glad with every decision. Watch yourself being glad in whatever you decide in that.
I am glad. I am
Yes.
so glad.
Good. Good. James, any other questions or comments?
Just thank you very much for your time. I appreciate you.
Oh, I appreciate you too, James. And I appreciate you being here. And
Yeah, it's cool to know they're not too far away. I was gonna I was gonna say, I mean, it's a ways away, but maybe we could link up in real life, not just through a screen, when the Tucson Gem Show next year.
Oh, wow. Yeah. I see people by appointments here, starting in another week and a half or
Okay.
2 weeks. So anytime, let me know and ahead of time. Cool.
Okay, great. Thank you very much. Appreciate
Oh,
you.
thank you. All right, anyone. If there's nothing else, I'm going to rock and roll.